Hey fam, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kenny Kings and I'm a YouTuber who actually talks about everything from lifestyle to just to story time. And welcome to my video. And if you're new here, I advise you subscribe, join the family. Now that we are growing, help us grow. Please join the family. Thank you. Now heading right into the video. This video is going to talk about my experience at the Nysc camp, at the Lagos camp to be specific. Let's go right into this. Let's get right into it. So I remember for the longest time I was supposed to do my Nysc 2020, but then the lockdown happened, and then after the lockdown it was like everybody had to chill, which I felt like was an advantage for me because I wasn't mentally ready to go for Nysc. My parents at the time were people like, they didn't want me to exempt, because I was aware that you could actually go to camp and take an exemption or something that allows you to leave camp and just leave the camp and then you get to do your service. But I didn't want me to do that. They wanted me to actually go to the camp. They wanted me to experience the whole experience. So, anyways, I had to go, and mind you, I schooled in Ghana, and I came back to Nigeria in 2020, and I was trying to do the NYC in 2020, but then it didn't work out. And then I knew for a fact I didn't want to go to any other state but Lagos. I live in Lagos actually. But then my familiarity with understanding other states, I feel like I want to stay in the states whereby I'm posted to. I know, like, I have families and I have people around me. I'm scared of, I would say, maybe going to a new place and not knowing anybody, and then having to be in a place if it's not safe, having to walk through the whole thing of having to now redeploy and all that stuff. It was new to me, so I wanted to actually work it out to serve in Lagos. But glory to God, it worked out and I was posted to Lagos. So like back for 2021, still now I was ready for the NYC experience. I had to now go and find on what things that I actually needed to get. I know I needed to get like the white shoes, the white shirts, the white shorts, and a lot of necessary things that like I needed to get sunscreen, I needed to get power bank. I had like 2 power bank, one with me every day for running around, and one with me in my room, NYC room. I know I had to like have one, like just in case the other one runs down. I had to, because like I know like definitely you don't get to charge your phones and stuff, but I'm aware that okay, there are places you can get to charge your phone. That's the Mami Market. That's actually the name of the place they called it. So leading on to getting out into the camp, I remember that day getting to the camp, and I had this let's say cold feet or anxiety of leaving my house that day. But anyways, you see me now, I'm actually getting into the camp. Like my mom drove me to the camp, but she didn't get to take me to the camp. She just stopped me at a particular place. I was like, okay, now I needed to now pick another cab that would not take me to the camp. So getting to the camp, I realized it was actually a long process. Then you have to do like the COVID testing thing, that they have to put the thing in your nose. God, that thing was very unbearable, but I actually had to just psych myself and just try to just go along with it and ease into it, because I realized that it's something that everybody had to do. So after that, you have to now go through series of like you have to set your bag, like I had like supplements for a lot of things. Because I feel like the food would not actually be given what I would want to get, and I'm like, based on that, I mostly have to take supplements that actually like food supplements, though not like it actually helps with the like more like nutrients and everything. I believe that they would actually give you the right things to eat. My idea of like, okay, going to a camp whereby there are a lot of people there, they actually grow up in a boarding school or go to school as a boarder, so I don't really know how the experience of eating will be. And most time I know I'm the type of person that I'm very selective with certain food, and also because I cook, and certain things, if it's not done in my way or done in a way I actually am familiar with, it's like I'm scared of actually going through having to constipation and all that stuff. I try to avoid it, so I came prepared anyways. Getting to camp, and I went through that stage of already searching my bags and everything, and I had to explain why I needed to have this with me, why I needed to have that with me, and then the whole soldier guy had to just give me a whole pep talk about what you should do, and they were trying to talk to me about supplements and everything, and then tell me about that me taking zinc supplements, or me taking certain supplement I had. I rather just eat vegetables, eat iron in terms of liver, which was actually good knowledge though, but mind you, I was not really buying that because there was no any place I could actually do that. So I prefer to cook my own stuff. Okay, we're heading back into the whole situation of the video. So getting to the camp, I remember after getting to my registration and everything, I realized it was hard to. It was like a whole long day, and I couldn't actually even finish registration at that particular day. So getting to not finish it the particular day, only for me to not get to where I was told that we were supposed to use to get our beds. You now figure out that the beds were not kept in a state of like neatly kept for people that were coming to actually take it. Mind you, when I went to take the bed, I realized the entire place was dusty. It was trash. But it's Nigeria, what do you expect? There's a kind of experience less than trash. So especially like for something that's actually for the government, quote unquote. Anyway, so getting to take my bed and everything, I realized I got to the room and I realized there was a bunch of people. But for me, this was new. This was like having to be in a lot of people in the same room with me, mind you. We're all guys, but I think we're like 12. My room was 12 guys, and it was quite frankly, I had to just choose a part of the bed that was free, and I kind of like had to lay down and just find a way to just stay as comfortable as possible, because I know that the next day was going to be a whole roller coaster of the whole Nysc experience. And mind you, now at this point I was mentally prepared for it. I would say to some extent I was mentally prepared for it. So the alarm goes on every day. I remember every day the alarm goes on like 4:30 a.m. And for the first day, because I thought like I haven't finished my registration, I will be given an opportunity to actually maybe not need to go out when the alarm is come up and just relax. But no, my dear, I remember when the alarm went up and the whole bell and the soldiers actually will come into our rooms and they will come singing and they will come out, come out from the room, come out. I'm like, what the ghetto is going on? But then I had to just kind of like psych myself again and just be like, okay, just try to act and belong and just try to not act crazy. Because mind you, this was a whole lot of craziness going on, and I'm like, okay, I can do this, because I need to prove to my parents I could do this, mind you, because according to them they felt like I won't be able to deal with it and I won't be able to go through it. But then that was the first day, so we got out for the morning devotion, and the morning devotion was actually quite different. There are a lot of things that get to happen, like, and everything, like the singing of the praise and worship stuff, like for the morning devotion part. Then that gets into the part whereby the coordinator comes to address everybody that morning. Then we get to the part whereby the what's it called, the soldier comes to give us like a whole morning exercise. And mind, this is like very early in the morning, so it's like your brain is still very, very sleepy. but you just have to hold it all together. And it's like, okay, we can do this. I just have to tell myself we can do this. Only for me to get into the whole thing. The next morning is like morning came, and then we had to like sit down under the canopy for what they call side lectures. And at that point, I was like, okay, is this how it is? Mind you, I already had an idea of what I was supposed to expect, but I didn't know it was going to be this way. Pardon me, because the whole experience is actually still very new. Only for us to finish that, and now we're having to be told that we have to go get breakfast at like around 7. They were told to go back into our rooms thereabout and wait for the bell. Then now we know we can get breakfast and stuff. Then now that morning, after I finished, I had to now go back and continue my registration and everything. But then I finished that, leading on to like the day, and now I got my khaki, I got the whole look and everything. And I remember my boot was my size, but one of the not sneakers, let me call it the All Stars they gave us, it was not my size. And I had to now I was told, okay, you could actually look for someone who actually needed your size, and you just talk to them and you exchange. So kind of like a thing there. So that was how I was able to get my size, by exchanging with someone who actually needed the size I was with. I remember I got size 6 and I wear size 10, so it was like really small. I had to find a girl or a guy that needed my size, and we exchanged, and that was it. So getting on to the next day, wake up again by 4:30, and we get now to go. I realized everybody in my room was always waking up by I think about 3:30, and I'll wake up and I'll just be like, here I'll be subconsciously I'm hearing people moving about, and I'm like, what is going on? What's going on? And I open my eye, and like, cause I'm the person, I don't really sleep totally sleep when I'm in a place I'm not comfortable in. It takes a while for me to sleep, and then it leads to noise. I'm prone to waking up early, or like waking up on, because I'm not fully sleeping, because I'm not fully comfortable in a sense. And I noticed most people were going to shower, and I'm like, okay, is that like a system or a thing? I just ended up waking up, and I just went to go and wash my teeth, get into the bathroom, and I see a bunch of people. Oh my god, that's the most amount of people I've ever seen in a bathroom, and it was 3:30 in the morning, and I just had to wait for my space to use the sink and brush my teeth and everything. So it's a lot mentally not. Actually, it's not an easy place to be in, most especially for me, who is I'm social and a bit introvert also. Introvert, extrovert, it changes. But now having to now be like, hey, good morning, and everything, it's a whole lot of work. But I can actually pull it off and make it look like it's easy, but I have to just psych myself again on that thing. So having to go through the whole experience, I realized it was not really easy. Lagos camp. But at some point, I actually got to now meet really cool people, had to make friends.
Video. Okay, the video just got announced.
Platoon 3.
Made it interesting and easy to just go through the experience. Okay, I'm not the only one, because I had people people who came from Abuja, people who came from Port Harcourt, and now all of us coming together and getting to really just gel and just vibe and realize, okay, we're all in this together. That made it a bit bearable. Somewhere along the line, it became easier for me. I met really interesting people. I remember there was this girl, Jessica Ascent, who was she was very fascinating, because she had this whole personality thing of speaking like an Indian.
Hi. So I met a fellow Indian.
Harry, don't cut your tongue. Hi guys, I'm here live with Kenny at EINU Paja. Nice to meet you, Kenny.
Nice to meet you too.
Harry, don't cut your tongue. I'm Saraswati, by the way, Black Indian, Father Indian, modern Nigerian.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
And for me, who actually come from a home that my mom and my sisters always watch Bollywood films, it was very amusing to find her speaking very fluently like an Indian girl. And it was interesting because I got to really, let me say, like, enjoy listening to her, and at some point I got to talk to her and we actually get to interact.
Oh my food! Oh, food are so big! Joy! Open! In a shake! Food and breathe! Come on! Who's breathing, guys? That's it there.
That was a particular day my platoon was actually in charge of the kitchen and everything, so I was part of like those who actually serve me food, which is my favorite thing. As long as it's food involved, I'm so down for that. So like get to do that. I even got to meet like a primary school, someone I knew in primary school, but she didn't recognize me, but I recognized her. Like the moment I saw her, I just said her name. She's so man. She was like, huh? Who are you? And I was like, you don't remember? I had to remind her of how so-called teacher back then, Uncle Session, used to flog her, and she was like, she remembered that for me to say that particular person, that she still even has like hard memory, has like nightmares from those canes that she used to receive from primary school. And I was like, oh, I remember how she used to cry. She used to cry so crazy, like the cries she used to do, the cry face she used to make. I mean, it was really, really dramatic. But now she's actually looking very beautiful and very different, and it was good actually to say, okay, I could actually connect to people like I feel like knew a sense of me from before. So like that was cool. Then at some point I started to enjoy the whole day. I had to realize that, okay, in order for me to escape the whole morning devotion thing and waking up too early, I started waking up too early. I started having to do that whole morning exercise. The morning drill at first was interesting for me. At some point it became not interesting because I realized you're not sleeping enough, then you now have to do all that shaking, and it was like the whole world should stop and I just scream. But then it's like I can't do that, so I had to join Red Cross. Before Red Cross I tried to join OBS, but they told me like I have to do an interview and tell them if I've actually had experience with actually working with mics and all this and all the old thing that's come with OBS, and I'm like, huh? What's the drama is all this? And I thought it was a joke, and I said, okay, I had to write it like a letter, and I wrote it like I just left them all together because I felt like that was they were just trying to make it really difficult, and I realized life is not that difficult. It is a way you can help anyone, just help them and let us move, because 2 years, 3 years to come, those things will not matter. That was kind of how I had it in my mind. So I just realized I had to leave them, and I had to join Red Cross. How did I join Red Cross? I saw a particular guy that was in Red Cross, Anthony, and I thought that was the first day we actually started talking, and I was like, he was so. I was tired of standing in this, like, among the march people when we were actually about to march, and I was just like, how did you join Red Cross and why are you in Red Cross? What did they do? How can I join? I was thinking like you had to do, like, since I had like an idea of how OBS was needing me to do a lot of things in order to join them, I was actually trying to now ask like if Red Cross is actually having the same type of situation in order for you to join them. But I realized, he was like, okay, don't worry, I'll tell you later. And he later told me, okay, there's not really any big deal about joining Red Cross. What you just have to do is come to the meeting, and once you come to the meeting, you stay through the meeting, you do attendance, and then they give you the shirt according to the roster. And I was like, finally, something I can actually get along with, because I needed to just be away from all that activities and a lot of shaking, but it was a lot. It's a lot, and it's annoying. And what's about that, the soldiers don't actually make it easy. They make it actually like you have to do it like it's like some kind of power thing that they have to now take advantage of people, and then not advantage, like literally taking advantage, but like they have to exercise their power, because I realized they do this sense of like, now you are under our territory, now we have the opportunity to take advantage or do whatever the shit we want to do with you. So, but then you can't act up because you're in the premises of soldiers. You're gonna get fucked up if you do any shit like that. So anyway, I kind of joined. I knew I needed to join Red Cross, and which I did. And if you watched my video, I actually joined Red Cross. So at some point, as I had to now, anytime they were doing this morning drill, I was just standing at the back, observing and watching. And our job mainly, I actually learned a lot from Red Cross, because Red Cross actually taught you about having to help people who faint, having to deal with people who actually break bones, having to learn how to tie bandages for fractures, for different type of fractures. So all those learning processes were actually interesting, and we did a lot of practical. Shout out to like the Red Cross people. It was actually very much fun. Then actually most times I end up standing and just waiting for someone to faint so I can actually carry them. Which literally some people actually fainted. Most of them I feel like they're exaggerating it, but most times some people fainted in a sense. Yeah. So that was Red Cross actually made it easy there. So after I started Red Cross, then my platoon I actually joined the choir. It was a choir morning, like we needed people to actually come and lead prayer during the day my platoon was on duty, and I sing. So I was like, okay, this is a place that I feel like okay, I can actually be relevant. So I went willingly and I went to join them, and we did the rehearsal, and then we got to choose our songs we were going to sing and rehearse for the next day for when our platoon was on duty. And if you watch my video, you see like I got to sing, and then I see Lagos posted they told their story, which was great. She actually saw the video because I remember Tata Bassi's song, which was actually one of my favorite songs, the song Heyyy Fam. I love that song. So back to like another experience that happened for me was like I enjoyed the cultural day. The cultural day was of NYC was really fun. That was one thing I really enjoyed, especially the part whereby the Mr. Macho competition. My platoon girl, I think she was actually very beautiful. She did a good job, but then she ended up answering the questions that were asked to her very left. Like the question that she was answering was just totally off, and I guess it's part of the pressure and everything. So like that was fun. The whole experience, I think I kind of did a good job about trying to document certain highlights of those moments. Did a good job about trying to document certain highlights of those moments. And aside that, one other thing, we had a cultural day too, where we had to dress. I think we had to dress like as a Fulani, and I had to wear like the Fulani outfit. And that thing about NYC, I got to meet a lot of people that were really good creative. I met this really girl that Annie, she was actually very good with videography. Was meeting people to pay in order for you to get the video, which I actually felt like okay, it was not really that much of it. Like, why do you have to pay? Why do people have to pay for video? But then I look at the quality of the kind of video that she was giving, and I realized it was worth it, and I actually paid for the video. And she made me a couple of videos with her phone. Mine was an iPhone 12. I think I have iPhone 12, and she actually used it to make me a video, and I paid for it because I was like, I wanted to pay for photographers to take me pictures and videos that particular day. But then I was like, what they're going to give is just regular, and it's like, what am I going to use that to do other than keep it in the regular album and all that stuff? But then I needed the video I could actually post for Instagram reels, where I played that for the video, and the videos came out really good. And you see the video on my channel. aside that, my platoon got to now march, and then we were forced to march, and that thing that was actually really annoying. And then the soldier that was appointed to my platoon, platoon 3, was like complaining that to our platoon inspector that my platoon was giving him tough time, didn't want to march, didn't want to participate. And me, I was like, it's not something I would have to do like by force. I have my understanding, and everybody has to actually march. But then they actually, our platoon inspector, I remember her threatening everyone at first, and she was like, if you guys don't march and you don't make us come out to be one of the best in this year's Nysc, I'll make sure you guys regret it, because I've never been in a platoon that my platoon actually my people in my platoon don't actually participate. I don't know why you guys are feeling big. Stop making yourself making things difficult for the soldiers and all that stuff. I remember just listening to that. I'm like, I think this thing should be based off not forced, but it should be based off people who actually really want to march. Mind you, I was in Red Cross, so I was exempted from that situation, but then it was affecting everybody. So I remember I had to like join the whole people giving pet talk and encouraging people who wanted to march for the platoon that I was, which all of a sudden it turned out to be good, because we ended up winning. We won the march past, like we were first, and we won the prize money.
The inter-platoon drill competition goes to number 9 platoon.
Also for the Fulani Cultural Day, we also ended up winning for best costume. In as much I felt like the other costumes were actually better than ours, maybe also, but that was fascinating for a group of platoon that were not interested in actually participating. I feel we were just spoiled brats at the end of the day. That's what I feel. But anyways, that was part of what happened. And if you notice, like, I posted videos of the moments wherever we won, and we were really excited, and that was really good. Those are really good highlights of the NYC moment. Then not to that, like getting to when we actually all got posted into our PPAs, and yeah, we all got to really just gel. And I even like one of the best things about NYC Lagos camp I realized was, aside the Mami market, the food. I got so addicted to the food, and there was this particular guy that I found there that was really good. I knew him from back at home in Lagos. Here he cooks, and I must say I've actually gone to his restaurant to buy food. So when he saw me, he was like, hey, you're supposed to come and buy food from me. I know you from home. And I was like, oh yeah, what's up? Hi. Mind, I'm like, nigga, I know you from home, I'm eating your food from home, but now I'm out here and there are other vendors. I want to eat from other vendors and taste from other vendors, which, mind you, I actually did taste from other vendors. And I liked it. I didn't want to actually now come to his home place, but out of pity, one particular day I actually did go buy food from him, and his food was also actually really good. But I enjoyed the whole camping experience, but first in the beginning it was not fun. But somewhere along the line, I got to understand the purpose of the whole camp, and then the Lagos camp too. I feel like it's overrated. The toilets are actually, the cleaners tried to do a good job by cleaning the toilets, but then, so it was always a mess. But then I realized the guys that were in my own home, when I say my own hallway, they actually did do a good job in trying to clean up the place in terms of not making it as messy as I imagined it would. So that was another thing that was actually good about being in the camp. And then I got to meet a lot of people, like people who schooled in Australia, people who schooled in the UK, and me who also schooled in Ghana. And we all, like most people I also schooled in Ghana, I got to meet that I knew, and most of them I didn't know. and lots of friends, and I even got to like another thing about Lagos camp. Most brands like banks came with games and stuff that they put in like the money market. So like there were places whereby I got to play Mortal Kombat at some point at the PS. I got to play the dance game, and which I'm not really the best dancer, but I feel like actually I was there to just really just have fun, and from having fun and just doing it for fun, I actually ended up winning. Strange. But that was interesting. That was an interesting highlight for me, because I really got to really just get out of my shell and really just try to be the different person that I would regularly be. And I feel like from that experience I've made really lasting good friends that are close to heart now. A few of them we actually really still talk to now. But another thing nobody told us is that after the camp, when we're all getting back into our PPAs and get settled, we ain't gonna have time to chill. We ain't gonna have time to do nothing. We're not gonna have time to be chilling and coming together and like even checking up on each other. Like now that I realized about this whole thing, aside us seeing that maybe this we have CDS and all the whole clearance days, we're not gonna have time to do anything. We were actually, because most of us, I remember most of the friends, we planned on maybe meeting and having get together and hang out. My dear, it's not easy, especially living in camping in Lagos. Like the traffic of going to your PPA, especially during the days for clearance and during the days that you have your CDS, then you get to meet, maybe you get to hang out that moment and you plan something. It's really uneasy, because like for me, I've changed, like honestly, I've changed like 2 PPA, and that's because like the PPA I was given at first, I didn't like it. Or what's your parents? My parents wanted me to actually go to a tech PPA, but then I realized on my way doing that whole journey, it became really, really depressing. And that's now I have to talk about. I figure out, am I doing it for my parents? Am I doing it for myself? Because every day I end up going to work and coming back, traffic, stress, having to do deadlines, my boss is always giving me a lot of work to do, even on Saturdays, and even days I had to face I was not feeling fine. I have to fake and say out. But then I will still get a call. Okay, are you feeling better now? Okay, go on your phone and do this. Go on your MSSL. And I'm like, sir, I'm not feeling well. And it's like, what exactly is wrong with you? Like the man just was trying to catch me in every way, and I tried to run every way I tried to hide. It's just catching me, and I was just like losing my shit. At some point I had to like realize, okay, this firm is not going to help me. I know it's not like it's not going to help me. I was not willing to let myself actually immerse into the work because I was not enjoying it. So I had to just really leave and be in a place whereby, okay, I know they were doing something that I could actually see myself doing and actually enjoy, because life is short, my dear. We're not going to spend it doing something you're not happy doing. So that's pretty much summing up all my experience, from the good to the rocky to the exciting part of my NYSC experience. So if you're watching this and you got to this part of the video, thank you so much. I love you, and please subscribe and join the family. Let us grow together, because that's the only way this channel is going to keep on coming. And thank you very much for watching, and God bless you, and see you in the next video.